What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Well, it's done, it's built, it's ready for GPUs. I am excited to go over things today. A lot of you guys have been hitting me up wondering what exactly I did, how I did it, and we actually have a rig in here right now testing. It's a 1 GPU rig. We'll go over that in a second. So let's discuss. So this is the VivoSun Grow Tent. I'll put a link down below if you guys are interested in this exact one. And today we're going to discuss our intake, our exhaust, our intake filter system, and then how we ended up installing this on the outside of the house for the intake and exhaust system, as well as temperatures and humidities. So a quick PSA here. It is raining like crazy out right now. So the humidity readings that we're going to see now are pretty high. I do have some from earlier today where it was sunny and nice outside, which is a little bit more realistic. So our intake is right here. It actually runs right outside here. And I'll show you guys a picture in a minute. So our intake comes out of the side here, runs up, and this is a passive intake system, goes around the exhaust, and it goes out right here, okay? And then the exhaust, and I'll show you guys a picture in a second as to how we did this outside. The exhaust is here, so it comes out of the tent, runs up, and it uses these hangers, if you guys can see them in the camera here. These cool hanger systems. These are actually made by VivoSun, these hangers. It's like a rope hanger system, like it's this really cool pulley system. So I attached it right up there, and then it comes down in here. And these actually have, it's like this double bag system. So it has like your pull string, but this is the outside layer. There's another one of these layers right underneath of this. So it's like a 2-layer system, which I think is great. All the holes actually have that same system in it. So this hole here, I don't have anything blocking it. I just have them pulled extremely tight, and it's a 2-layer system. Same thing with the one down here. And then there actually is another one right here as well. I'm gonna step away from that AC unit. I don't want to be blasting the microphone. So let me go ahead here. I want to grab my phone real quick and bring up this picture, and then I'll blow it up for you guys so you guys can see it. Okay, so there's this picture outside, and I'm gonna go ahead and blow it up on the screen right now so you guys can see the whole thing. So as you guys can see, we have an intake and an exhaust. The intake in that picture is on the right, and the exhaust is on the left. So what I did was I took a piece of plywood and I wrapped it in contractor plastic 4 times. Then I cut out our 6-inch holes. I put in our vents, and then I brought it in and went ahead and there is a what is that called? Oh my gosh, a hose clamp. Wow, we're so good at this. A hose clamp on it, and then the tape, which is this amazing tape. Let me show you guys over here real quick. It's dark. We'll come out of the dark, which I want to show this to you guys because this is really important when you're getting into ductwork. And then we'll open the tent up, of course. Okay, so this is 2 types of tape. Duct tape, and then we have this insane tape. Oh, what is this called? Man, long day. I will put a link to this. It begins with a B. I'm trying to look on the side to see. It doesn't say. There's a name for this, okay? But here's the difference. Duct tape is used to stick 2 things together. This tape is the most insane tape I've ever used. This is used to seal 2 things together. So when you're working with ductwork, you do not ever want to use duct tape. And I know, what? What are you talking about? This stuff is insane, guys. Insane, this tape is. I used it, I went back and used it on all of my ductwork, redid everything. So I highly recommend it. It works really, really well. So anyways, going back to our picture that we so quickly got distracted on talking about. So intake on one side, exhaust on the other side. This is a short-term solution, but it'll do the trick as of right now. So if we come back inside, the window is in the middle, the top I pulled down, the bottom I pulled up. I'm utilizing the AC down below, and up top we're utilizing those vents, and we're good to go. So coming back inside, let's talk about this here. Right here we have our 6-inch inline fan controller. Right now we're running on medium. We are powering the fan and the rig off of just a typical 120. This rig is a 1 GPU rig, and then we have an Ethernet connection coming down and going into the back of the rig. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So as I said, it's raining outside right now. It's been really moist during the day, and you can see it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit in there and 66 degrees on humidity. Ignore the 104 max, that's actually from my mining room in the past. So what I did was I actually went ahead and on my phone, I'm bringing up on my phone as well again here to show you guys. So on my phone, I took some stats and I wanted to get some information from midday today. So in Pennsylvania today, it was 85 degrees outside. In the tent, it was 84 degrees. The humidity was 59%, and it was midday. It was sunny out today. The vents were in the shade at this point, and the exhaust was set to medium. And my GPU, I have one GPU in here, 3060 running Ravencoin, was running at 64 degrees Celsius, which is awesome. So some great stats from today. Of course, when it's raining outside like it is today and crazy humid, the humidity in here is going to directly pretty much mirror what's outside. So let's go ahead and open this up. I want to really show you guys the intake, as the intake system is not traditional. So we're going ahead and going to open this up. Sorry, AC is blowing on it right now. Okay, let's open this sucker up and talk to you guys about exactly what we have running here. Okay, so let's talk about intake first. So we're running a passive intake. Passive intake comes in through here, has no fan associated, but what the hell is that? This, my friends, is my intake system. So this is a filter. Trust me, I did not think it was this big when I ordered it, I swear, but I'm actually thrilled. So the way I'm going to open this up, I'm going to show you guys this filter system because I think it is extremely important that if you are taking air from outside, piping it into a grow tent, that you have a kick-ass filter system. So I'm going to open this up in a second, but what happens is my air is sucked in on this side of the tent and then comes up and exits through this guy right here. So this is what comes with the VivoSun kit that you can see. I'll put a link down to this kit. This is the 6-inch inline fan. So as you can see, you're not really going to hook a duct to this side like AC Infinity does. This is meant to be inside your tent, and it sucks in your air through here. I mean, I put my hand here, it's almost going to suck it in there. I'm coming out through here, goes up, and then comes through here and up and out. So here's that double bag system I was talking about. This is awesome. So there's this inside bag and then there's one inside of it. All these holes have it. It works super, super well. And so here's what my game plan is. You can see my PDU. I have my PDU right down there. Nothing's hooked into it right now. And it has a 15-foot cable. So the 15-foot cable, I'm gonna come out here and just, this is short term guys, and run it over to about here. And then I just ordered a 25-foot extension cable. That's gonna run through here, up over the wall and into the mining room. That is a L630R extension cable. So because inside this tent, we're gonna be putting out about 2,200 watts total. Last time I checked at the wall, here's the cards we're gonna be putting in there. So we have 12 of the RX 470 4 gig cards running Ravencoin. Those put out with the B250 mining motherboard and 2 of the 1200 watt power supplies. And then we have a GPUrisers.com 64 gig solid state. In total, that puts out about 2150. So that should work out really well. On here, it'll be on a 30 amp 240 volt connection. So I'm gonna open up, show you the filter in a second. My test rig here. You guys have seen this test rig a million times on my channel. It's an HP motherboard with a Pentium processor, 4 gigs of memory, with a 750 watt Aries game power supply. We are running a EVGA. Now this is a version 1, so this is the nerfed version, not the LHR version. The nerfed version of the EVGA GeForce RTX 3060 XC. I got it off a Newegg Shuffle. And it's been in here for 2 days now, mining Ravencoin phenomenally. The temperatures on this card have not gone higher than 64 Celsius, and it's just been chugging away. It's been great, honestly. It's been running really well. Okay, so what else can I show you guys? Oh, so a few things. I'm gonna open that up in a second. So I went ahead and positioned this here, and I need to play around with my positioning a little bit. So where my mindset is at is I'm going to hang my cards under here. I can do all 12 cards hung all along here, and I'm going to stagger them. So 1 here, 1 there, 1 here, 1 there. Stagger them for all intents and purposes, because the way the air works in his tent is the air is going to come up and go through. So I'm going to stagger them there. Motherboard is going to go here. My 2 HP server power supplies are going to go right in here, as well as my ATX power supply in here. The power cables are going to feed down to my PDU, and then up will be the riser, the USB cables, as well as the PCIe cables hooking up into here. Now, everything is positioned well, so I should have plenty of space. I want to utilize this top area too. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. I still have room to put, there's one rack I actually took off. You guys can see up top here. I took off the rack originally because I thought that took up more space than it does. You can see that last poles right here. But my thought is do I take a, I'd figure it out. I might put that rack back in and put more cards up top here. I'll have to decide how I want to do that. So let's open up and take a look at this filter, because I've been really eager to share it with you guys. This, I'll put a link down below. This is from FanTech. This is not from VivoSun. Everything else you guys have seen is from VivoSun. Sorry, this is going to take a second to open, and I still got to do this on the other side. So I honestly thought I ordered exactly what I did in the mining room, but I was mistaken. I went back and looked and made a mistake. So this is a FanTech. They call this an FB6, and this has a MERV 13 filter in it. So look at this. You want to talk about filtering to make sure that we're not bringing in dirt and pollen and everything. So the air comes in here. I can feel the air with my hand right here. And the air comes in, goes through this filter system, and then comes out the other side. Now, question you might say is, well, is that going to add resistance? Yes, this is going to add resistance, but the value of having this, especially here in Pennsylvania with how crazy the pollen gets and everything, you're going to need this. This is going to help with dust, with dirt, with pollen, with bugs, you know. So my plan is I need to order a whole bunch of these filters, and my plan is to look at replacing these filters maybe once a month. I mean, think of it. This is running every day, all day long. So the reason I put the grow tent over here and put it close to the window is because of the sheer factor of I wanted to make the window solution that I have up top here almost like an AC unit that I can pull this out when needed. This will not be the final resting place for my grow tent. As I continue to renovate my basement, this grow tent, my wife said to me the other day, she's like, that's not permanent, is it? I said, no. I want to take this and find a final location for it. If it's a friend's basement that's unfinished, that isn't going to finish their basement, or a family member who owns a business, and I can install this at their business or something like that and just run it off to the side. So having this solution kind of be a, hey, I literally can unscrew that, like 3 screws, and pop the whole thing out, and then bring that with me with this solution. So that's kind of my thought pattern behind this. That's why some of the things you may see seem so temporary and not a long-term solution. I will admit I've been really happy with this, and it makes me regret building the mining room and not literally just buying like a few grow tents or one massive one. They actually, VivoSun on their website actually has, I think one, it's like 10 foot by 10 foot. Like that would have been perfect down here in my unfinished, in my basement, like not doing the mining room and just doing just a giant grow tent on the one side, 10 foot by 10 foot, but we'll see as things progress onward. As of right now, this has worked really well. So I'm going to continue to test this for a few more days. I'm just monitoring like what the temps are and what the humidity is. So far, so good. Some things to come with the grow tent. So I have another 6-inch fan coming that I want to put, I can look at putting on the end of this. The downside is if I put an active 6-inch fan, I think it's going to almost have too much suction and bend that filter. So I need to kind of decide where I want to put that. And even if I need it, I don't even know if I need an active intake at this point. I'll really have to see as I add the 12 GPUs in here if I need an active intake versus a passive. So VivoSun, thank you to them. They're sending me another one that's on its way out. They're also sending me 2 more things that I want to test out. One is a dehumidifier for this. It's like a little one that I'm going to put in here so that'll help with some of the humidity in there. But the downside is this air is coming out of the intake system and into the exhaust system so many times a minute that a dehumidifier might be pointless. But we're going to test it out, why not, and give it a whirl. I also have some more of these coming in, different brand. This brand is Govee. There's a link down below in the Hobbyist Miner parts list if you want to check this out. But VivoSun has their own edition, which is definitely more in depth and more detailed. So I'm going to test that unit out as well. Other than that, guys, this is a quick overview. Oh, last thing. So as well, so look at this thing. You see this? This is a massive filter that VivoSun sent me. And after messing around with it a little bit, it didn't do the trick. That is perfect for like, traditionally grow tents are meant for hydroponics and other types of growth in them, more well known for like marijuana or vegetable growth or, all those other types of grow tents. Well, this solution is great for them, but something like this, maybe smaller, is definitely meant for mining. Like in a mining scenario, a filter system like this is perfect. We need things to be more filtered and more detailed so that it doesn't ruin the tech versus filtering it for plants and stuff coming in. So I have 2 things for you guys, 3 things actually. If you guys are interested in getting a grow tent, I'm going to put a link down below to VivoSun's website. I have a 15% off discount code. So go ahead and check that out. The code is MINER15. It gets you 15% off their entire website. In addition to that, the tent link is down below if you want this exact tent. And then in addition to that too, the kit that I have, which is like the filter, that filter down there. It comes with the 6-inch fan, the piping. That is all down below as well if you guys are interested in it. Well guys, that is it for today. In my upcoming video, I'm going to do a build video building out my 12 GPU Ravencoin rig in here. As I said, I'm just waiting for the extension cord to come in before I build this. If you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And of course, finally, go ahead and check out VivoSun.